So, hello and welcome back to another Original Voice podcast. We have the amazing Kelci-Leigh with us. Kelci is a singer-songwriter from Sheffield who began her musical career properly in 2021. Her debut single, Deny, is a sign of more things to come, as she has no plan on stopping anytime soon. No plan. So, Kelci, for those who don't know you yet, how would you introduce yourself?
I'm Kelci-Leigh.
Well.
Yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter. I've released a couple things, a mini EP, a single, and I'm in a band, and that's about it.
That's about it?
I play guitar, I sing, bit of keys, that's about it.
Cool. So we're going to start with a little quick fire this or that.
Wonderful.
Just to get to know you a little bit, and then we'll delve deeper if we need to. So, first this or that, quick answers.
Okay.
Acoustic or electric?
Acoustic.
Writing at night or during the day?
Night.
Festival stage or intimate gig?
Intimate.
Ooh. Stutter, why?
I don't know. No, actually festival.
Yeah?
Festival. Because I can kind of numb it out a bit more.
Numb
I
it
don't
out.
feel real. If you get what I mean.
But intimate, everyone knows you, everyone knows your music.
Exactly.
You don't like that?
No.
Studio or live performance? So to be specific, would you rather people see you live or hear you in the studio?
Hear me in the studio.
Really? So perfectionist.
Yes.
Okay. Big crowd or small passionate audience?
See, that's quite similar to the other one.
It is.
In a way. Big crowd.
But no one knows your music. You just.
Yeah, because then they don't know who I am, and then they're not looking at me like.
But
I
passionate
don't know.
audience.
Oh, that's difficult actually.
People are backing you.
Okay, I'll do that. Passionate audience.
Yeah, I feel like. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Dogs or
Dogs.
cats?
I'm not even finishing that question. Dogs.
Dogs or humans?
Dogs. Always.
City or countryside?
Countryside.
These are very quick. Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube. No. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we've got to know you a little bit through them. What are your inspirations? Do you have any musical inspirations?
See, weirdly, it's an inspiration that it's like not who I want to be. I very like James Hetfield of Metallica.
Okay.
He's always been an idol, but I'm not like I want to play like him or be like him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just an idol as a person.
As a human.
So
more human inspired than
yeah.
musically inspired.
Musically inspired, I would say Billie Eilish.
We said this last time, right?
Yeah, I think so.
During the
yeah.
OV Live, of which you're the highest view count and also the fastest growing. Your numbers went up very, very, very quickly.
It's my mum.
It's your mum.
I'm telling you.
Oh, so it's about 3,500 views now.
Yeah, it is.
And it's all your mum.
Yeah. Well, about 3.3k, I'd say, is my mum.
Yeah.
And then maybe the others are.
200 is everybody else. Would you say your mum's an inspiration as well?
Yes, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because she doesn't do it anymore, she should, but she used to do singing and like jam nights and stuff. And she's got a very nice voice, actually.
Really?
She doesn't believe me.
Yeah.
But she does, so yeah, definitely.
And shout out to Kelsey's mum, by the way. She came during her Kelsey's OV Live session, and I felt like we bonded quite well. I felt like we were friends by the end.
Yeah.
In between sets, we went and chatted about the F1, and just normal life. And she seems like a wonderful.
She's a cool lady.
Seems like a very cool mum.
She wanted to be here today, but
It's a shame. We would have allowed her, but Kelsey didn't.
big up Colleen.
So, outside of music, would you say you have any sort of lifestyle inspirations? Obviously, parents. Anything else? Do you like go on walks and things just come to you?
Yeah, you know what? The walk thing, yeah. Like, going out with the dog and stuff in the woods.
Yeah.
And then also, weirdly, when I'm at work, don't know why, I work at a Starbucks currently.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'll just be like making a latte or something, and then something will just spring to mind.
Okay.
It's really weird. Don't know why, but yeah, They're probably the two times.
So-
Or in the middle of the night when I'm
Yeah.
asleep.
So walking, coffee. Coffee or just being in that environment in general?
I think coffee.
Mm.
Because the band I'm in, we renamed it recently to Cortado, which was my idea because it's a coffee.
I like that.
I don't know why my life suddenly evolved. I don't even like coffee.
Personally, a macchiato fan. But Cortado, we don't think that'd quite work as a band name.
Yeah, I think it's quite cute.
Yeah. It's interesting that you get inspiration from being at work. Do you think that's because you're kind of just in your own head a little bit? You're just kind of
Probably.
thinking like the work's kind of normal to you now, so you're not thinking about the work almost. So
Yeah.
you fill your brain with other
Like
things.
when it's like a rush and you just kind of like lock in
Yeah.
and then you're just thinking in your own head and yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Has anything a customer has ever said to you or someone at work inspired a writing session?
No, actually. But it should do because I get angry a lot at work at the customers because they're all...
You're allowed to swear on the podcast,
Okay.
by the way.
I was just about to ask. They're all very rude,
Yeah,
but no, not yet. But I feel like that day will come soon.
it's brewing. You're
Yeah.
going to get one Karen come in one day and you're going to be like, I'm going to remember you for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
That song's going to make you big. And then
yeah, maybe.
that Karen is going to feel really bad
I'll have
about
to
it.
pay her royalties.
I don't think you have to. If it's inspired by something or someone,
True, yeah.
do you have to pay
But
royalties?
she might work it out that it's about her.
Yeah, and then be like, I want my cut.
Maybe. Who knows?
How did you get started with music?
I got given like as a Christmas gift, I think it was a guitar when I was like, I want to say 8 or 9ish. And I had lessons for a couple of years and I did enjoy it, but I wasn't into it, if
Yeah.
you get what I mean. And then I kept the guitar and then I just picked it up again, I think when I was about 15 or 16. I'd always been into music, like in that period between.
Yeah.
But I think like when I was like 15 or 16ish, picked it back up and then I just started doing it again.
When you say into music, you mean you were playing or you just enjoying listening?
I'd have a random play every so often, but because I didn't really know how to play it properly, it just wasn't really good.
Yeah.
But I'd have a try, or like I got a keyboard from like one of my mum's friends. He just gave it to me, and I used to play that quite a lot. But yeah, I just picked it up again randomly, and then I thought, well, it would have been 2021. I just thought, like, I need to start doing like little gigs and stuff,
Yeah.
and actually, somewhat making a name for myself.
So do you remember when it all changed? Do you remember when you were like, okay, I really enjoy this, I want to make this a thing?
I think it was like, because I did a degree in music. I think it was like halfway through the degree. Like, even though I'd done a college course on the music,
Yeah.
in that period of time, I was just like, oh, I like it, but I'm not like into it. But I think it was halfway through the degree, I was like, actually, I could do something with this.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I did, but I think I did something one day and I enjoyed it, and I was like, oh, that actually sounds quite nice. And yeah, it was probably then,
Yeah.
I think.
During a music degree, do you learn more about the business side or do you learn more about just music and like how to play?
It was more businessy, actually.
Was it?
Which was good. It was helpful, but I think I'd have preferred to learn like more theoretical stuff
Yeah.
and like how to play better, or like we had like these mini guitar lessons once a week, but they were half an hour, and it just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like they were just like telling us things. We're on a degree, so we obviously know somewhat what we're doing, and they were just telling us like, so here's a C chord, and we're like,
During a degree in music?
yeah, and we're like, okay, thank
Yeah.
you. So
Whereas you, what grade, have you been graded?
yeah, I got, what did I get now? A 2-1.
I meant with instruments.
Oh, I did when I did the lessons. I think I can't even remember.
Yeah.
I didn't get very high with it.
But coming back to the 2-1 in your degree, is that due to like, is it a technical decision? Is it, okay, they played a wrong chord so they'd be marked down, or is it?
It was like, I think we had like 3 or 4 projects throughout the years. And like, for example, the last project, it was called the major project. And
Yeah.
we had to, literally the assignment brief was do something musical.
That was it?
Yeah, like do something musical that's big enough because I think it was like 60% worth of the marks or something.
Right.
So we were kind of like, oh. So I did the EP I released. I did that. So basically, the reason it sounds so shit.
Is this Deny?
No, this is I did like a few covers of songs, and then I did an original one, the one I played on the OV Live I did. But I like recorded it at home, mixed it myself, hence how it sounds, and like you had to like write about the planning, and so yeah, it was a bit of everything, and it was never really clear like, oh, we're gonna mark you on how you play guitar, or as opposed to how you write the essay about it. So I don't know. Weird.
That must be pretty weird. Like, you've wrote something quite personal, and you've performed it, and then you get graded on it. Like, it's kind of. I bet that's kind of weird as a musician, because obviously, whenever you play, people are watching and listening, and I guess judging and being like, okay, these are good, or these are bad, or oh, she's like, no one's listening to the technicalities unless it's really bad.
Yeah.
How is that like being judged by one? Is it one person, two people?
I think there's like 2 or 3 of them,
Yeah.
like the tutors, and then I think they send it to, because I think we were on the University of Hull, so they send it down to them as well, and then they judge it. But there was like, when we were getting grades back, it was kind of like, what's the word? Down-putting? Is that a word?
Down-putting? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it was a down-putting. Like, seeing like there was some things where we had to write compositions and stuff, and you put like a lot of effort into like the words and stuff, and it's actually quite heartfelt.
Yeah, it's
like,
intimate. It comes from your heart at the end of the day.
There was actually, this really wound me up, right? This was in the college years. I wrote one of the compositions, and I wrote something, I can't remember what it was about, but it was very open and heartfelt, and then the guy was just like, the lyrics are too depressing. And I was like, that is the whole point.
Too depressing? Yeah,
and he was like, I can't remember the words he said, but it was like, the lyrics are too monotone and depressing and something else, and I was just like...
What did he want?
I don't know. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I just won't write ever again then.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point of music is to write and express.
Yeah, it's music's expression.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's why I feel like a lot of people could relate to your music.
Yeah, and it was just like, that was kind of... I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. Down-putting.
Down-putting. I know what word you mean. I can't think of it either. Hopefully Jordan can help out on messages, but get on Thesaurus, Jordan. So, you write all your own music, pretty much everything on Spotify is original, apart from one cover, I think.
2? I can't remember.
What does a typical writing session look like for you? Is it you have a thought and then you write bit by bit, or do you sit and purposely write?
I can't sit and purposefully write.
No.
I can't sit there and say like, right, I'm going to write something today. I think every time I've written something, it's been like, I've been in my room and it's probably been about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like lightly playing on my electric guitar, just not even doing anything. It's just there while I'm doing something else. And then I'll get like a couple of chords and I'm like, maybe I could write something if I've had like a bit of a bad day or whatever. And then I just write, and then usually when I start it, I get like half of a song and then I leave it, and then I don't feel the same the day after. So then I can't come back to it. So I've got so many like half-written things. I don't know, but yeah.
It must be quite nice not to have that pressure to write, though. Like, a lot of big artists now are like, okay, you need to release an album this year.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, like Taylor Swift did like a 32-song album or something, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself at that level where you're being almost forced to write a song? Or do you think you're always going to be quite, like, true to yourself?
Definitely. I think, yeah, I will... Some people won't like it, but I'll only ever do what I want to do. And I don't want anyone to change that. So, like, if you get, like, a management team or whatever, and they're like, oh, well, you've got to do this. And I'm like, well, that's not who I am.
Yeah. So if you went on, like, X Factor, and they were like...
Yeah. Hate X Factor.
Every musician I speak to about X Factor, they scoff at it.
I hate it. All my friends are like, why don't you enjoy it? Like, no, it's so fake and unfair and unrealistic.
Change your style, change your sound.
Yeah.
And be a bit of a dick.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's probably why I haven't done more, because I'm too scared to, I don't know, go through that kind of thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows? Not me.
So I've got a few metaphorical questions for you. The first one is, if your childhood self met you now, what's the first thing they'd say?
Oh God.
Did you want to be a musician when you were a child?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But I also wanted to be a vet,
Okay.
and I'm not a vet.
Would they be proud? Would they be happy?
Probably, yeah. Because I remember when I was like 8 or 9 thinking like about doing little concerts and stuff, thinking I'd be like this worldwide pop star.
Yeah.
And whatever. And I'd think like, well, at that age I was like, oh well, I wouldn't even be able to do it in like a little pub or something, or like, and I have multiple times, like last summer I think, like I did do quite a few gigs, and I never ever thought I'd be able to do that, because I struggle with a lot of anxiety, and it's always held me back. And then last year I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm doing it, and I did it. So probably I'd be quite happy with myself.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty big step, overcoming anxiety and getting on stage and singing to people.
Yeah.
And like, these are the intimate songs. It's not like you've gone on stage and done karaoke. It's like, this is my life, these are my feelings. I'm also
scary.
anxious. I don't want to be on stage.
Like this on stage.
Yeah. Like when you turned up for your OV Live, you were nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then by the end of it, you were going bosh to camera.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like when you sing and when you perform, you kind of almost take an alter ego, and you're not Kelci anymore. You're Kelci-Leigh.
I think so. But I think I'm quite good at, when I'm actually on stage doing something, I can kind of ignore what's in front of me. So like if I play to you right now, I'd just blank you out completely.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything worse than being consciously knowing like someone is sat watching me right now. So I definitely think I'm a different person, or I can at least block everything out.
So when you're on stage, you're in your bedroom, technically.
Yeah.
In your head, you're just playing to yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. Because beforehand, and like the days before, like I was saying to you earlier, like the days before, knowing like I've got a gig coming up or I've got to do something, I would rather die than go and do that gig. Yeah. But no, yeah.
It's scary. Like we host, we've done one open mic.
Yeah.
Which you should have come to. But like getting on stage and just talking or chatting to people is intimidating. So actually performing a talent in front of people where you're up for scrutiny is scary.
And especially when, like, I know loads of people feel the same, but like me, I don't think I'm good. So I'm just sat there like they're all just gonna like literally laugh at my face or boo me. They never once have.
Yeah.
But when you've got that kind of mindset, it makes it 1,000 times worse.
Yeah. So when people say to you that you're good, and when people are like, "Wow, that's incredible," because you've got an incredible voice, like you just dismiss it.
I just tell them to shut up. Yeah. I'm just like, I appreciate it, and I'll always really appreciate it, but I can't. For one, I'm not very good at taking compliments.
Yeah.
And two, I just don't believe it. So I always just say, be like, shut up.
Yeah. But that's in a way, I guess that's kind of nice, because it probably means you're going to stay humble.
Yeah, I suppose.
Do you think you'll ever believe it?
I hope so. I really want to.
Yeah.
Because the amount of people that have told me, like, I should believe it by now, but I don't know. I'd like to. I don't know if I will, but I'd like to.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we spoke about past Kelci. Let's have a little talk about future Kelci.
Oh God. Okay.
You've been performing for about 4 years.
Roughly, yeah.
You're 22?
22 in May.
22 in May.
Yeah.
So by the time you're 26, so in 5 years, where do you see yourself? Let's have an unrealistic goal and a realistic goal.
Oh God. Realistically, I would definitely have liked to have released more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I actually want like what's the word? Is it a discography? Like a somewhat extensive, even if it's just like random singles here and there or whatever. Because I love the idea of writing my own stuff and it being able, like, the world being able to listen to it, even if I got like 4 listeners. Like, that's probably a realistic goal. But like, unrealistically, I'd want to do that plus like be successful in it.
Sure.
Like, I don't know.
What does success look like to you? Making money from it, making it a living.
Yeah, I suppose so. Like, not even like rich from it or like famous, just like enough to get me by. And like I've got like a tiny little fan base and a few people who like, I don't know.
You want 10,000 of your mums.
Yeah, literally. No, I think that's, yeah.
So no sort of gigs that you'd want to do, anything like that, just performing and making money in any form.
You know what? Like the music I'd release wouldn't fit the vibe at all, but I'd love to play Download Festival.
Okay.
Like I'd do acoustic stuff, but I'd love to play Download. I just think that'd be so cool to do one day. I don't know.
Download. Get it sorted. So next question is, if you could swap lives with any person for a day, real, fiction, dead or alive,
Oh God.
who would it be and why?
Do they have to be musicians?
No. Fit the interview, but
Oh my God. Probably James Hetfield.
Yeah.
Just going back to that. I don't know, I just think he's just a cool guy. He's probably got a cool, maybe not as much now that he's an old man, but like he's got a cool lifestyle. Cool, like they're on tour like all the time. I don't know. Just
why
to be
do
just
you
to be in
like
his
him so
brain.
much?
I think he's just a very, I think this is my dad's fault because he brought me up on Metallica.
Yeah.
And he's a very wise man. I think James Hetfield is just a very wise man.
Yeah.
And like his lyrics and stuff, and even if it doesn't necessarily relate to me in some things, like he talks a lot about like addictions and stuff, and I've never had that, but like the way he says things, it's just clever.
Yeah.
And it like makes me think like, oh, I don't know. I think he's just a cool guy. That's...
So a lot of your inspirations come from quite heavy bands, right? But you're quite acoustic.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
I don't think it's weird.
I do.
I think a lot of like metal bands and artists actually portray their words really well, and a lot of people probably won't listen to it and think it's almost poetry in the way they write, and it's really well thought out. Do you think listening to heavy music has helped you as an artist?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like even though it doesn't like come out in my music that I make because it sounds completely opposite. Like even just phrases that they'll sing or something, you like kind of twist it in your own way. I don't know, it's cool. Another person is Hayley Williams from Paramore.
Oh yeah.
I think she's so cool.
Yeah.
And I think she's very open and she's like very political and like will say what she thinks, and she's just cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not gay, but you know. But no, that's another person. That just came to my head then.
Yeah.
She's quite similar in that sense.
If you could tour with one of them, or support one of them, or even play with one of them, who would you go on tour with? James Hetfield.
Oh yeah, definitely. Obviously.
Yeah. Well, who do you think would you'd like compliment well with if you could do like a duet or something with someone? Because I think we spoke about Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Which is very different from Metallica.
I'd love to do like a duet with Billie Eilish, but my voice and Billie Eilish's voice is just not the same. She's got such an angelic voice, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't.
So, you talk about Billie Eilish as if she's unattainable to you. Is that not something you would set as a goal instead of denying all possibilities that you could be that good?
It's a good point. Probably should be. Seems though she's like an inspiration. Probably should be like.
Because I look at fellow videographers' work and I'm like, damn, I want to be this good.
I suppose.
How do I get to that level?
I think my mindset is always just like, I won't be able to, and I really need to get out of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm always just like, I won't be able to, so there's no point.
Yeah. Where do you think this lack of confidence comes
I
from?
don't know.
Just to
I've
happen.
always been like it
Yeah.
though. Like as a kid, like even like when I was like doing guitar and singing when I was younger, my mum and dad were always like, "Oh, you're really good. You should keep at it." And I was just like, "No, I'm not." And like that's why I stopped really, because I just thought I'm not going to get any better. I'm not even good as it is, so why should I do it?
Are you training anything at the minute to get better? Are you getting like vocal coaches, anything like that?
I've been trying to get a vocal coach because I do want to, which is better than I was like a few years ago. I was just like, oh, I'll just do this and it'll just sound shit and blah blah blah. But now I have been looking for people like in the Sheffield area, and I think being in, because I've been doing more practicing at home or like with the band or whatever. Like vocally, I am better than like I was even like a year ago, and I need to remind myself that more.
And you've only been playing 4 years.
Roughly, yeah. Well, I don't know.
So you have a band. What are they called?
Cortado.
Named after the coffee.
Named after the coffee.
Because of Starbucks.
Yeah.
Could you give us a little insight into the band? What kind of music you play? Who's in it?
So there is 5 of us. There is me, Nate, Jim, Matt, and Owen. And at the moment, it's kind of a set of like just covers, and I don't really have a genre to place on it. I think it's like sometimes we'll do like funk, or they were doing some like reggae song the other day.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was.
So it's a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Of inspirations and talents.
Yeah, but a lot of it is like quite niche music. Like they're all a bit older than me, so they'll mention something from like the 1800s to suggest
the 1800s.
Yeah.
Is this how you see anyone above 25?
Not everyone. I do.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like they'll do like niche music like that not everyone knows, and then they'll say, "Oh, learn this. Do you know this?" And I'm just like, "No." So it's not just like your normal covers band. Like there is a couple in there. Like I think we do like Murder on the Dance Floor. Like everyone knows that. But it gets people going.
Yeah.
So.
Gets the people going. Is that quite nice for you as an artist to kind of delve into other people's inspirations?
Yes.
Because I guess it just broadens your scope of what you can perform as well.
Because I've always said to myself like, oh, I'm so into music, I know so much music, and then like I joined this band and I was like, I actually don't know as much as I thought I did.
Yeah.
Like I think I was very set in listening to what I wanted to listen to. Like a lot of rock, metal, not just that, but just not much around that. But like them suggesting all these new songs and things, I'm just like, oh, there's like a whole different world that I didn't know about, and it's great because now I like some of the songs that we do are my favourite songs ever.
Like,
I like what's that song called? Spooky by Dusty Springfield. That's a very good song.
And you did never listen to that previously?
No. Apparently it's quite well known, and I just never heard of it.
It must be, the only thing I can compare this to is I used to work in a bar.
Right.
And I never used to like ale. I never used to like whiskey.
I don't.
Anything like that. I was very set in my ways of what I wanted to drink.
Yeah.
And then you get your regulars coming in and other people coming in and say, oh, you should try this, you should try this. And you get deliveries all the time and you have to try it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you try it all. And then you might not necessarily like it and you might not necessarily have that as your prime drink, but you can appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you can drink, I can drink a gin, whiskey, anything like that and be like, oh, okay, this has got a nice flavour to it, this has got nice bit of this to it, whatever.
Yeah.
I guess that's quite translatable to
definitely
being in a band with different people.
Yeah. Because it's not like, since I've been in the band, it's not like, my favourite genre is now psychedelic funk or something. Like,
but you can appreciate it.
I can respect it and I can appreciate it, and I won't be like, what's this when it's on? No, I can completely get that working in a bar myself as well before. Yeah.
Like stouts.
No.
No, never like stouts. You can appreciate a stout.
I can't appreciate stout at all.
Okay.
It's foul.
But with music, you can appreciate. Is there any
music? Yeah.
Is there any music that you can't appreciate? Still.
Taylor Swift. That's it.
Yeah. A few people have said this, but you've got to envy her a little bit.
You know what? I was talking to, I can't remember who I was talking to about it the other day, and I do respect what she's done, and how she's done it, because she's like insane. But like with the whole, she waits for big people to release an album, and then she's got to release the album, so she tops the charts, and
Yeah.
I don't respect that. She always has to be number one.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And a music shit. You can cut this out, but yeah.
No. I'm happy to keep this in. Can you respect her as a businesswoman,
Oh yeah, definitely.
but not as a musician?
Yeah, I think like I've tried listening to her music, and she's got a good few songs.
It's catchy.
Yeah,
It's poppy,
unfortunately,
catchy.
Yeah.
Like you could probably name 10 Taylor Swift songs right
Yeah.
now, and like me, I could probably not even name like 10 Oasis songs,
No,
but I could name Taylor Swift songs.
Yeah,
So like,
she's done well.
Yeah.
And I can definitely respect that. Like she's very clever.
Yeah.
But the music's just not good. It just really isn't. I tried listening to a recent album, whatever it's called. Is it like Tortured Poets something?
oh yeah. The
I
one
just-
that she couldn't filter down to.
Yeah, the one that's got like 8,000 songs.
Yeah,
And
like
I was
come
just
on.
like, this is so boring.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think do you think it's important as a musician to be like self-critical? Like if you've put out an album with that many songs on,
Yeah.
can you not look at that and think, okay,
Yeah.
some of these have got to be bad?
Yeah, you should be able to be like, okay, maybe I could filter this down just a little bit, and like that's not good, so I'm just gonna cut that. Like.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like we're saying, she's a very smart businesswoman, and that's how she does it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe she's the genius, and we're just
We're all just disciples. We're all under
Yeah.
Taylor Swift's rule.
we're in the Taylor Swift cult. Like.
Okay, so moving on to my favourite part of this podcast. You've been briefed on it. It's called Chat Shit with ChatGPT. This is a section where I ask ChatGPT to ask and produce some random questions, and you get to answer them. Actually, firstly, what do you think to AI in a creative environment?
We were just speaking about this. I have no issue with it. I think if it's there and it's a tool that helps, why not? Like I don't like when it's like taking over certain things or whatever, or like the idea of AI just taking over the world. That is terrifying.
Yeah.
But at the moment, as like a creative thing or just helping, like I can imagine. Well, they just said you use it a lot, like with certain things. It helps, so I don't see why not.
Yeah. Can you see yourself ever using it?
Probably, if I knew how to work it.
Mm.
I've never used it.
Ever? Damn. It's a great tool. It's great coming up with random questions for a start, and I think it's good at just provoking thought as well.
Mm,
Like if you're
yeah.
struggling, if you want to create, like I doubt you've hit a wall yet in your music, in your writing, because you've not really felt the pressure to write.
Yeah.
At that stage, if you felt the pressure to write, and then you turn to ChatGPT or these other sites, would you feel like you've let yourself down as a musician? Would you feel like you'd get hate for it?
I think. I mean, probably definitely get hate for it, but I think, like, for me, if I say I'd wrote half a song and I was struggling and I used it to help, there's no. I wouldn't feel like I've let myself down. I think I feel like I'd let myself down if I've used it completely for the whole thing and I've not done anything myself, because at that point I'm not a musician. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah. Okay.
Weird one.
So now we spoke about AI. I'm gonna turn to AI,
I'm scared.
and I'm doing this one a little bit different. We're doing this one multiple choice.
Okay.
What are you expecting?
I have no idea.
Okay. So we'll ease you in with a nice one. If you had to replace, so let's think musically about this one
Okay.
and how it would help you as an artist.
Okay.
If you had to replace your hands with something else, what would you choose from the following? 2 baguettes, rubber chickens, tiny T-Rex arms, or unlimited party poppers? In brackets, the last option says dramatic but inconvenient. Actually, do you want me to read out the brackets? Because it might help you decide, and I feel like you
Yeah.
might. Fresh but unpredictable
Is that the baguette?
is the baguette. Rubber chickens is perfect for comedic timing.
Yeah.
Tiny T-Rex arms, adorable but useless. Unlimited party poppers, dramatic but inconvenient.
Oh my god. If we're thinking music purposes, I think I'd probably go the party poppers.
Instead of arms,
Well, see, you always say afterwards, like, but this, and then I think, like, actually, yeah, that makes so much more sense.
It's my job.
Because my initial thought with the party poppers was, like, I could maybe make, like, a drum beat out of them or something.
From the party poppers?
Yeah.
That could be a thing. I would pay to see you sing and play your party poppers. And they're just going off at random intervals.
Yeah, like, inconvenient.
Yeah.
But
could work.
Now that you said the arms, yeah, that makes so much more sense.
Well, tiny T-Rex arms you couldn't play guitar with.
You could teach yourself to, though.
Really?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, you see people, like, with no arms and they can play guitar.
Yeah.
So, I reckon you could definitely teach yourself.
Rubber chickens? You don't have to squeeze them. It's not going to constantly go off.
No. I'll stick with the arms.
T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
Okay. You wake up and you suddenly have a new superpower, but it's completely useless. Is it the ability to perfectly toast bread, but only for other people?
Oh.
You can predict the next song on shuffle, but only if no one's watching. Every door you touch unlocks, but it's only public toilets. You can levitate, but only 3 centimeters off the ground.
What was the first one?
The first one is the ability to perfectly toast bread, but only for other people.
I think maybe the levitation thing.
Yeah?
Solely because you could just scare people
Yeah.
with it and just...
But 3
Watch
centimeters,
this.
what, like, just this much off the
Yeah.
ground? You could get people, like, second guessing what they're seeing.
Yeah.
Be like, is she levitating?
If you don't make it obvious and you just do it like...
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if I just did it right now and you're just like...
Yeah. Because you can't question that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you're high.
Because then you just like look like you're going insane. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sticking with that.
A wizard gives you the choice of one absurd but magical gift.
Okay.
What do you pick? The ability to always find the comfiest seat in any room. A wallet that always has exactly £2.73 in it. The power to make anyone yawn on command. Or the ability to perfectly mimic any cat's meow.
These are so stupid. Probably, probably the finding the comfy seat one.
Yeah,
I feel like that's just top tier.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, like
I feel like £2.73 would just do my head in.
yeah, like
It's like,
then
oh,
you're
it's just
collecting
£2.80, please,
change
mate.
all the time. Yeah, exactly.
And you got
Then you just got
£2.
more change coming back.
Yeah,
That'd be really annoying.
comfy seat. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
You're forced to join a cult, but you get to choose what it worships. Do you pick the mystical power of really good socks, the ancient art of finding the best parking space,
Ooh.
the undeniable magic of cheese,
Oh.
or the profound wisdom of people who press the lift button multiple times?
Oh.
Don't even know what that means. You just go around pressing
It's
lift
the
buttons.
wisdom.
The wisdom.
Oh my god. Do you like cheese? This is actually like so difficult.
For me, it's B. It's the parking space.
Yeah.
Like ancient art of finding the best parking space.
That's so. Yeah. Because I always panic when I'm going somewhere new about parking.
Yeah.
Like today, I was
Yeah.
like, where the hell
But
do I
you
park?
never have to think about it. You
Mm.
just turn up, park, bang.
But I do like cheese. I really like cheese.
More than parking.
I've got to go to parking. Yeah. That's so good. Imagine, like, you going somewhere new and you're like, I just know where to park.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You just like. Do you ever play Skyrim?
No.
No. You look like someone who would play Skyrim. I don't know why.
No.
There's a like a power on there. I forgot what it's called, but it casts like a blue line, and you basically can just follow your path. So it takes you home,
Yeah.
basically, and you just follow it. Be like that, but with parking.
Oh, that'd be great.
You're given £1,000, but you can only spend it in the most ridiculous way possible. Do you hire a mariachi band to follow your mate around for a week? Buy an army of inflatable flamingos and release them in a lake? Get a personalised voice recording from David Attenborough narrating your morning routine? Or rent a billboard that just says, "Why though?" in massive letters?
Why though? That's quite funny. I think the flamingo ones is quite useless. Like, what's that going to do?
Yeah, scare people.
Yeah, like there might not even be anyone there.
Like, imagine just how many flamingos was it?
An army.
An army. Imagine an army of flamingos in Grays Park, just out of nowhere.
I'd be scared actually. I quite like the David Attenborough one. What was the last one?
What would they? The last one was rent a billboard that just says, "Why though?"
I do like that.
What would David Attenborough say?
Oh God.
What's your morning routine? It's like, so here we have a wild Kelci-Leigh.
I should get up and go straight to work. That's it. Don't even get breakfast. See, now that you've said that, I realise how boring it'd be. And like it'd be like 5 seconds long.
That's it. Here's wild Kelci-Leigh. Getting up and going to work. The end.
I like the billboard. I think I'm going to go with the billboard.
The billboard?
That's quite funny.
A massive billboard that just says, "Why though?"
Yeah, why though? Why?
That could be your next album, and that could be like a promo for your album.
Yeah.
Just "Why though" everywhere with a QR code.
You know, like the Brat album, and it just says Brat on the front.
Yeah.
It just says why though.
Yeah. It's not a brand. Why though could be your brand.
Exactly.
If you could make one extremely... This is your last multiple choice, by the way.
Okay.
If you could make one extremely specific thing illegal, what would it be? People who stand still right at the top of escalators.
Oh.
Putting milk in tea before taking the tea bag out.
That's...
People who send voice notes that are over 3 minutes long. Walking slowly in a busy place while looking at your phone.
Oh.
They're all big things for me.
They all have pissed me off.
It's just one. Illegal.
I think it's between 1 and 4.
People who stand right at the top of escalators.
Yeah.
People who walk slowly on their phone in a busy area.
So have you been to Meadowhall?
Yes.
Oh
I've been
God.
to Meadowhall.
I'm just checking. I don't know. You might not have. But that is like hell on earth for like both them reasons.
Yeah. But I guess, okay, to play devil's advocate, top of escalators.
There is no devil's advocate.
You can just push them out of the way.
True.
Or you can take the stairs, but then if you're already on the escalator, like, there's a valid reason to get angry at someone at the top of an escalator. Someone just walking slowly on their phone, you can just kind of walk around them.
True. But what if you go on like a Saturday?
Yeah.
And
Am I
then
just
you
in the middle?
can't- You can't really go around them.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know.
Have to pick.
What was 2 and 3?
2 and 3, putting milk in the tea before taking the tea bag out. People who
See,
send
I do
voice
that.
notes over 3 minutes long.
The voice note thing does worry me up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy voice notes, but when they're short
Yeah.
and sweet. I think it will have to be 4.
Slowly in a busy place with a phone.
Yeah, because it's just so rude.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be on your phone, move over.
Yeah.
And if you're in a busy place, move over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phone it is then.
Yeah.
All right. Moving out of the crazy ChatGPT questions and moving back into some fun... some fun questions. If you could listen to only one song for the rest of your life, what would it
Oh
be?
my God.
So the likelihood is you're going to hate the song after a while.
Yeah.
But it kind of has to be a good one for you to listen to every day.
See, I hate these kind of questions because I always get sick of songs, but not to sick to the point that I can't ever listen to that again. Like, it will always be.
This is like one song, no other song. I guess this is asking what your favourite song is.
Oh my God, I've got so many.
One song. Is there not one that hits or puts you in a place in your life where you're like, fuck yes, this is it?
So many.
Have you seen a song live that you've just been like crying to because you've been there?
Nothing Else Matters by Metallica.
Okay.
You should have seen me at Download Festival.
Bad.
You know what? They came out, and I don't know if you know their music, but they came out with a song called Creeping Death, which, as you can imagine how it goes. And I'm probably the only person in the crowd sobbing, because I'm like, oh my god, Metallica! But no, Nothing Else Matters. I've seen them 3 times, and every time that song, when the solo hits at the end,
Yeah.
that gets me. So yeah. And it was one of the first songs I learnt on guitar. So
Could have guessed it was going to be a Metallica song for some reason.
I wonder why. No, but I've got so many favourite songs. It's crazy.
Okay. Top
Yeah.
3.
Oh my god. Currently, my number 1 song is Two-Faced by Linkin Park.
Okay.
The new Linkin Park.
Yeah.
I'm seeing them in June.
Are you?
So excited.
What do you think to her as a front woman?
I really like her.
Yeah.
I don't understand
The
the
backlash.
hate, because at the end of the day, you can't expect the band to just sit around and just do nothing.
Sure.
And they're obviously not trying to replace Chester.
Yeah.
So what's the issue?
Yeah.
And I think she sounds really sick. So I love it.
Would that be a position you'd like to take?
If I could scream,
Yeah.
yes.
I still find it interesting you do quite acousticy stuff,
I know.
but love
It's weird.
metal.
Isn't it?
And have you ever tried to play heavier stuff?
I have. I had like a period of time like last year or the year before where I'd pick up my electric a lot more.
Mm.
And funnily enough, I'd learn like loads of Metallica songs because they're the things I know the most. And like I did quite a few Paramore things.
Yeah.
And I did really enjoy it, but I think I just always revert back to the acoustic style because I like to sing as well, and I don't think my voice suits heavier stuff. I think if I'm going to sing, it's got to be acoustic. So I've always just gone back to acoustic.
Yeah. Got you.
But if I had the capability, then I would definitely be doing something more like that. I would definitely be Emily Armstrong or Hayley Williams or like anyone like Amy Lee. Yeah.
Like.
Look. We look.
Okay, Kelsey. I feel like we've got to know you quite a bit. I think we spoke about pretty much everything that I wanted to speak about. Good.
I nearly dropped it.
Have you got any questions for us, or me and Jordan, or myself, or just Ovi in general?
How did you get started doing the whole OV thing?
Everyone's asked this. You know?
Because I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah. So I've always worked in video, like a creative industry. Jordan's sort of always worked in marketing, sales, and stuff like that. And then basically went to combined skills and set up Original Voice. It's supposed to be a creative agency at first. We're meant to be covering multiple avenues like small businesses, bit of property stuff, bit of everything really. And we just kind of fell head first into music. We set up the OV Lives like really quickly.
Yeah. She just came out of nowhere one day, and I was like,
yeah.
Who's this?
Yeah. But I've always had a tendency to make things that I set up quite successful. So it was like, once we set something up, we are not stopping. So we set the OV Lives first, and they kind of took off. Like, we're getting a lot of people in, a lot of people really interested in it.
Really good people as well.
Yeah. And honestly, I think we've got about 40 now up.
Wow.
And the audio quality is great, the video quality is great, and it's providing small artists with, I think, invaluable content, because it's almost like a showreel for the artists themselves, which is good for us. And then we just kind of fell into that, just chatting to musicians and things like that. Like, people would come in and then we'd just sit and chat to them about business and what they want, and then started forming this music agency as opposed to just an agency in general. Now we're properly swaying towards the music side of everything we do, which is quite hence the podcast and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're having fun with it. We've got a few goals for the next sort of 5 years or so. Potentially running a festival this summer.
Really?
Which we'll get you
That's
on.
Cool. Yes.
It's in Sheffield, and it should be quite a nice small festival. I'm not going to say too much yet because it's not a definite. So yeah, that's how we got into it.
That's very cool.
Any other questions?
Why is it called Original Voice?
Jordan's idea. So I actually don't know why it's called Original Voice. John sort of pitched it to me one day, and
It's a cool name. I think it's
yeah,
quite straightforward.
quite original.
Right?
Yeah, Original Voice. I think it works quite well for what we're going to do because Jordan's a poet.
Really?
Yeah, so
That's
he's
cool.
always been.
Is that him? Shut up.
Right. Oh God. So Jordan's on the other side of this door, listening to us, and I just got a text thinking it was an important text, and he says, "We put the OV into love, lol." Is that? I think that might be why
I
it's
love
called.
that though.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I forgot. I've lost track now of what I was saying.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something
Festival.
about
Blah blah
original.
blah.
Yeah.
We've absolutely thanks, Jordan. We've absolutely loved having you on. One more favour from you. We always ask artists. Is there anything you want to push before we
Not really.
go?
No.
What's your socials
Kelci-Leigh music.
Kelci-Leigh
on
music.
everything.
and
I
everything?
think. Yeah.
And you should go check out OV Live and also go check out her Spotify.
Yes.
Because Spotify's great. You're getting you've got 2,000 on.
On Deny.
Deny.
Yeah.
I was going to say she. 2,000.
Fake fan.
Yeah, is that what your mum as well?
No, my mum's on Wicked Game.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you.
I hope you've had fun.
I have.
I would
Definitely.
love to ask you now to play a little outro tune for us. I think we've got, what is it, a xylophone this time for you.
I think. A glockenspiel.
A glockenspiel. Can you, at the end as well, I would love for you to give a bosh to the camera.
Okay.
But thank you.
I haven't prepared for this.
This is where you're going to show your musical talent. Oh.
Wait. I don't want to hit the mic. Okay.
Oh, we're getting, this is like, what do you call it? It's really close to, it's going to, what do you call it?
Definite.
It's like 4 letters.
ASMR.
ASMR. Here's Kelci-Leigh on the glockenspiel.
You ready? I've been practicing. That's it. Bosh.
Bosh. Wow.
That was fun. I want one of these now.
We put the love in it, over in love. That's crazy.
That's funny. I love that.
So, thank you.
It's okay, thank you.